I'm gamer just like you. I look at things old and new. I'm going to sip coffee and we're going to talk about the 1995 line of The Tick. First, I want to start with the things I owned before I got this huge lot of like almost every tick possible. There's like 3 missing. Um, First, I wanted to talk about how it's an animated, it was initially an animated series. I owned this VHS first here. Um, I remember my art teacher played it. I love the art on Arthur right there. I remember my art teacher played this in class one time, and I was like, what is this show? I just loved it so much. It's totally my sense of humor, my kind of, thing. I remember no one around me liked it. So, but yeah, I was on Fox Kids. The iconic chair-faced Chippendale right there. Really great art on the Tick, too. His clueless face and his you could grate cheese on those abs, So, anyways, yeah. Again, um, when did this come out? Yeah, 1995, right there. Yep. This came out the year I was born, so it's kind of crazy. I never noticed that. This fantastic cassette contains 2 full-length super episodes, super adventures. Yeah, so, but I love the art and everything. Um, I also owned the bounding tick. Yep, there he is. He's supposed to jump. I don't think there's a good way to show you, but he jumps. He goes like this. I found him in California, and keep in mind, pre that, all I owned was this. So I was very excited to have anything tick related. My fiance caught onto that over time too. Um, yeah, he just bounces. I remember I got him, and I would pretend he was I would put the seatbelt on him, and I'd be like, it's my little guy, the tick. Yeah. And then also I got this. I think it's a Happy Meal toy. I'm not completely positive. Um, Anyone could tell me in the comments, that'd be really cool. But came out in 1995. He's got that cake. Every one of them, he's got that cake. So, but yeah, there he is. Um, I own like 5 of these. It was in a bag at Savers, I think. So, thrift store. So, yeah. The last odd little thing is I have one of these. It's a bust of the tick. This was part of the lot. Um, I have no idea where this is from, but I really like the idea. Like, imagine like having a bunch of these in a row on a counter or a table or a desk or any flat surface that'll hold figures. I think that's really cool. I thought he was broken, and oh, he has a hole in his head. Just to hold water? No, he just has a hole. I thought he was broken before because I couldn't. And when I like looked at him, because he was in a pile of stuff, because his antennae are back. But nope, he looks like he's in good condition. Might have been a meal toy or something in Japan, if I were to use my brain. Now we're moving into the numerous picks that are new to me. First we have Midwest Tick right here. I actually have this in blister. Maybe I should show it with him, but I love wheat. That is not actually the name of it. The Midwest Tick is not the name of the figure, but I don't know what else you would call it. Like, look at him, you know? Um, these are called Tick Talkers, and I've taken the batteries out. I can't find any of these batteries, unfortunately. They're little button batteries. Otherwise, I would record for you what he's saying, but someday I would like to figure out the battery situation, actually, hear him talk, because most of these I have are Tick Talkers. I have them sealed. Here, let's do that. Yeah. Here is in the package here. Ain't that neat? Mysteries abound! See, TikTokers. I just love him so much. He just makes me laugh. Here's the back of it. See, yep. There's the batteries here. Here's a line. It's really funny. The only one I don't have is normal tick. Yeah. Oh, I never noticed this. It's the original comic art. It started as a comic series and then it turned into an animated series. So there you go. I like this one. It's a little hidden, but I like it. I'm smiling. Arthur. I don't know who that is. I know that's the moo. He goes spoon as his catchphrase, and then the cow goes moo. Yeah, but look at that 1995 ass, 90s ass art. So, yeah, there we go. So there's the first one there. Next we have I Dig Dinosaur Neil here. Yeah. I remember I've been rewatching these episodes. I mean, I've only seen like 5 of them, so you know. But the idea is that he goes to an amusement park with Dinosaur Neil there with Arthur. And Dinosaur Neil is like their mascot guy, and then he eats a little bit of dinosaur like DNA, and then he turns into a dinosaur. I also have that one in blister right here. Yep. All in a day's work. Yep. TikTokers. Yep. I Dig Dinosaur Neil right there. It's crazy. I actually owned these before getting this huge lot, and I was like, whoa! Owning them at all was an achievement. Now I own the majority of them. Yep. The back's just the same, you can see. Yeah. There you go. Here, we do have some other ticks, but here's Dinosaur Neil. I just thought I'd show you that. There you go. His little play feature here is that he goes like that. That's all. He's also in the opening. If you ever want a short burst of what the tick is, look at the opening and then be like, what is that? But yeah. Yep, there he is. And this is after transformation here, but it's kind of a lame play feature. I gotta be completely honest to do this, but it'll look great on a shelf, and that's part of it too. Like, I think like these next to each other would look fantastic on a shelf. Yeah. We have Scared Tick. You don't see him scared very often, I'm thinking about it. I think the only time I've seen him like grimace in the episodes I've seen recently is at one point he gets his head crushed with a piece of metal. Someone has like a ladder and it like wraps around his head. It like wraps around his head and he goes grrr, and he has like little dots around, But him being scared is not an often thing. He's usually blindly optimistic, but yeah. There you go. Scared Tick. There you go. Yeah. A TikToker again. Something I really appreciate is that these aren't yellowed. I mean, they're yellowed a tiny bit, but I've noticed online and on a few figures I've seen in real life. In fact, yeah. For whatever reason, the waist would yellow really fast. So, every single one I saw him make him kiss, mama. But every single time I'd see them yellow. Anyways, we have what'd they call it? Oh, I have it right here. Tourist Tick right here. Him being a tourist. I love how he decides to put his clothes on top of his like spandex. It's really funny to me. So, yeah, Tourist Tick. Again, I feel like a lot of these part of the gimmick is them talking, and I don't have that, but still pretty cool. See, there's that yellowing getting to him right there. Someone put this near a window or something, like his back to a window. It's kind of weird, but there we go. Tourist Tick. Next time I am a tourist, I'm going to bring him. I'm going to take pictures with him. That'd be a fun stint for social media, huh? Like have him like this and like looking at the Eiffel Tower, like that's not a bad idea actually. I might end up doing that. So, yeah. Here we have, and it'll become very clear why in a moment. I put him next to my my N64, my clear green N64, my Donkey Kong edition. Mucus Tick. I did put water in him. You can see that a little bit. I put some water in him last night. It is drying out though. The idea is that it's got a hole. Let's see, will the camera let you see it? Oh man. I think if you knew it was there, you would see it. But there's a hole in his forehead, and you squeeze him, and water sprays out. But when I first got him, I thought he was supposed to be radioactive, which I think is a much cooler idea. But Mucus, very 90s, very much the sense of humor of the series. So I ain't complaining, but I just think it looks so cool. It's one of my favorites. I've been fidgeting with these. Like, just in my free time, I'll be hanging out with somebody on Discord and I'll be fidgeting with them. Yep. There we go. There he is. In all of his glory. Oh. And now we're moving on to more. I don't know. Oh, no, I missed one thing. Here we go. Ever see these? Do you know what this is? I used to, a hint, I used to see them as birds all the time. They'd have them as like little eagles. There you go. It balances. It's supposed to be him like flying from rooftop to rooftop. Remember one episode he's like, "Egads, Arthur, what do we do? I ran out of a rooftop." You know, that kind of thing. So there you go. Yep. Now we're getting to more secondary heroes. First we have the American Maid. Now when I got her, I thought she was missing an accessory. But really her thing is she goes, yeah, 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 yeah. But her iconic thing is that she throws her shoes. Oh my god. She throws her shoes. See? Her heels. I remember in the opening there's a whole thing where she throws it and it like pins somebody on the wall. So yeah, but there you go. Most of these are missing accessories, and when they are, it's not a big deal. Just realized that's kind of clever. She has like the blue there is supposed to be kind of a choker, but it's really just unpainted. That's kind of a clever way of doing that. Yeah. So I think she has that in the art, I think. Don't don't criticize me if I'm wrong, but you know. Yeah. Oh yeah. We have the sea urchin here. That's right. Or no, it's what's he called? It's the wait a minute. I have it here. It's the sewer urchin. That's what it is. The sewer urchin. But anyways, I remember I may not remember his name very well. I always remember being sea urchin, which is wrong. You can have it on record. I'm being wrong. But I remember imitating. He always goes nope, that's not good. Nope. Yep. And he has a very simple feature here. It's very Ninja Turtles. You can fill this with water and spray it. It's just an accessory. You plug it in. That's all it is. Yep. It's very basic, honestly, but like I said before, it'll look great on a shelf. So, yeah. But yeah. There he is. Next here we have Off-brand Batman. I always forget his name. He's like it's something crazy all the time. Yeah. I remember being like just I always have him as off-brand Batman at all times. Here. I have him in box here. Let's see what's his name. Oh, doesn't even say his name. It just says pose striking. All right. D. Fietermans, but there he is in box. Here he is poking, striking a pose. I do really appreciate the cloth goods here. Again, no matter what, this will look good on a shelf. I like how it's designed. It looks like just like in the show. But this is connected here, and then you can clip it on right there. And I really appreciate that, because if I were a child, I would lose this in like 2 seconds. You know? Thought we'd look at the back here. Evildoers beware! Fluttering Arthur. We're going to see that in a minute. I don't have man-eating cow, honestly. Yeah, it doesn't say his name. It just says, with his sidekick Arthur. Yeah. Something like, monitor bat or something like that. Alright, well, anyways. Yeah. I literally did a full look around my space. So, yeah. Oh, this is cool. This is cool. Again, it's another one that, like, if, like, I were to leave if I were to, like, choose these, I don't think I'd really choose this one, but free in a lot, you know, or, like, in a lot. That's cool. It's the Caped Chameleon, I think his name. It's like their version of the Monkey Man, it feels like, from Hey Arnold, you know? It's like a guy, you know? But yeah, the Caped Chameleon. And I like chameleons. It's one of my favorite lizards. And yeah, that's all. I bet you this comes off, doesn't it? Yeah, it comes off. You see him for what he really is, just a man in spandex. Unless his eyes are real. I don't know. There's not much caped chameleon lore in the series, I gotta be honest. Oh, is that breaking? Not really. Not really. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. We have Arthur. He's got a weird, he's fluttering. He goes like this. His wings are exactly the same as the monarch from Venture Bros's we have a cat. I have a white cat, can you tell? Monarch from Venture Bros's henchman and himself. So there you go. Yeah. But look at him. I love Arthur. I've even watching the first two episodes here. This whole thing, he's like an accountant, and he's like they're like, all right, we need you. We're just gonna have to lay you off. And he's and they're like why? And they're like, it's just you can't wear that costume. He's like, for some reason when I wear this costume, I just want to fight crime, do good. You know, it's totally like I found out the creators of Venture Bros made this, and I feel like that's one of the inciting thought processes for Venture Bros. You know, reality and superheroes just combining together. So, anyways, yeah, a little naive. He gets in over his head, but man, do I get it. You know, he's a chubby guy, just doing the best he can. So, yeah. Now I think we're gonna start getting into the villains here. First we have, I think his name is Wingnut. His name is Wingnut. Now, little error they did, you know, in the episode 2, Chairface Chippendale. It's not that far in the series. His whole thing is that he uses his hands squeeze. I remember he was like ah on Tick's head, and the Tick's like, I told you about the ladder earlier, and squishing his head, and then he grabs him and squishes his head, and the Tick is like, he's like, disturbing trend here, or something like that, unnerving trend here, yeah. So and he grabs and he twists his head, you know. Yeah, nice. Which is a little snafu, you know. Yeah. Also, I thought his tie was supposed to be fish. No, it's supposed to be screws. It's supposed to be screws. Is there a little bit of dirt on his leg? No. Yeah. But I'm just happy, again, just happy to have it. It'll look great on a shelf. Really great for the 90s, you know. The fact that it still works is a minor miracle. These things slowly turn into oil over time. Like me, they're slowly turning into oil. Okay. Next is the human bullet. Um, i.e. the figure not very many people care about. I've heard this one was a shelf warmer for quite a while, but I'm glad to own it. Again, it just helps fill out the shelf, you know. His whole thing is, boop, his head. In the series, his whole thing is that he shoots out of a rocket. You're like, I'm getting it, and boom, poof, you know. And then and then at the end of the episode, you know, the idea men are trying to blow up the dam. He hits the dam and it still blows up because of him. So, yep. So technically a hero, also kind of a villain. I wouldn't trust him with my drink. So now we're getting to things that like really kind of don't care about. Like I know nothing about Elseed. Like I know nothing about Elseed. Like I don't know what his episode is. I don't know what his power is. And then also this dog, which I will be unfolding for you. But this dog, I've heard multiple times, is kind of rare, and people are like, "Oh my gosh, I really want this dog." And I honestly could not care. Now it'll look great on a shelf. That's true. Um, but like I have it sealed and loose, and I'm like, I just It's a dog. It's a robot dog, you know? Like, there's not much more about it, so. Yeah. Neat, though. Neat. Mm-hmm. We have the Dynamole here. The Dynamole. Yep. Here we go. Here he is. Now, this is an example of something that would not fly today, I don't think. For many reasons, but it's still really funny. This play feature is, it's like it blew up, you know? Yeah. Find it really funny. But, yeah, and it's just kind of the humor of the show. I remember they had, like a Punisher knockoff called, like, the Shooter or something, but he's, like, having emotional issues. He'd, like, be shooting and, like, crying, so. I think, in this case, with the Dynamole, not so valid. With the Punisher knockoff, pretty valid. So that's kind of clever. It's molded and then not molded. Yeah. Oh, there you go. Boom. Oh, I always think of Hans Moleman when I see him. You're gay for Hans Moleman. No, you're gay for Hans Moleman. Nobody's gay for Hans Moleman. Yeah, there you go. Yep. Be better if I could hold him up like this. Yeah. Yep. There you go. It just annoys me. He's missing that little bit of paint right there, but it's really not. Yep. There we go. And then I was throwing this in for free. In a lot, I don't quite know what that means, but I was checking out. He's like, I'll throw in this for free. And it's like a side character. So I don't even know, like, what is he pointing at? What is the point of him? I have no idea, but I got it. And it'll be on the shelf. And it'll be really happy on my shelf. So yeah, that's my collection there.